Today I'm going to be using these dice that remind me of Baja Blast that I got out of my advent calendar this year. Let's kick it off with our roll for bread. 6, tie-dye bagel.
He finishes every one of them.
Back again, and I definitely agree with some of the commenters. It looks like the food from Hook. Gonna go ahead and use our toast bread cantrip, toss these babies in the toaster and get them a little crispy. These
sounds like a Disney movie.
Well last time, so I'm hopeful for today. Next up, let's roll for main. 8, chicken salad. Chicken salad might be a little messy on something like this. It's literally got a big hole in the middle.
Is he gonna re-roll it?
We're gonna bust out our first leveled spell of the season, a level 1 spell, Summon Lettuce. Gonna place a nice bed of lettuce underneath where our chicken salad's gonna go.
Oh, wait, that's
make
smart.
Our sandwich just a little bit less messy, and we get some extra roughage. Now we'll come in with our chicken salad that I made using some leftover rotisserie chicken.
Is that celery in your chicken salad?
I typically like to use things like pickles in my chicken salad instead of.
Oh my god, it's pickles, even worse. Goddamn pickle people, man, y'all are crazy.
Just use up what I have. Maybe I'll post that recipe in a different video. Well, things are looking pretty good so far.
Listen, okay. Chicken smoothie. Wait, hang on. Wait, real talk. Speaking of chicken smoothies, I saw they're real. Guys, remember we memed about chicken smoothies like 4 years ago? And it's been a meme ever since. You know they're real? That's an actual thing that people do. Yeah, it's a real thing. I saw a video of an actual chicken smoothie.
Next up, let's roll for some cheese. 5, sharp cheddar. I'm a big
Love is Blind Jordan chicken smoothie.
Fan of sharp cheddar. I think this should go well. I only unfortunately have 1 slice left, so I'm gonna have to supplement with a little bit of shredded sharp cheddar that I've got as well. Not a problem. Should be good. All right, let's roll for our roughage.
There's more stuff to fall out, but
10 kelp pickles and 11 none. These are pickled slices of Alaskan bullwhip kelp. This superfood is an incredibly renewable resource with Alaskan kelp growing about 2 feet a day. They've got a nice briny pickle flavor. They don't really have the crunch and snap that a cucumber does, but I quite like them. Let's get wild with our wild magic roll. 10, paçoca. Paçoca is a Brazilian candy made of ground peanuts, sugar, honey, and salt. It's formed into these little cylinders that kind of look like wine corks. They're kind of similar to peanut butter balls, if you've ever made those.
Wait, what? What are they called?
10, paçoca. Paçoca.
And he said they're like peanut butter? It doesn't look very good, but if they're peanut butter, I kind of like peanut butter. Chad, have you guys ever had these before? I'm down to eat some wine corks. Nope, doesn't exist near me. At least not that.
Is a Brazilian candy made of ground peanuts, sugar, honey, and salt. It's formed into these little cylinders that kind of look like wine corks. They're kind of similar to peanut butter balls, if you've ever made those. I guess.
Chad, you want to know what one of my favorite things I ever had when I was like a teenager? I went over one of my friends' houses who were like big Ohio State fans. They made these things called Buckeyes, and they were like peanut butter balls surrounded in chocolate. Fire.
We'll do our best to slice it here. Yeah, it's just crumbling. All right. Well, we'll just kind of get our pieces on top of here as best we can. I'm not super worried about this tanking the sandwich. Peanuts go with a lot of things. And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 19, Kewpie mayo. Well, there's already Kewpie mayo.
Yeah, Kewpie mayo is pretty good.
Salad, but I am not going to complain.
Not for the
there could have been
rest
a lot
of it, but
different sauces that messed this sandwich up, and adding a little bit of extra mayo not going to hurt it at all. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here.
This could actually be pretty decent, I think.
There we go.
Just a lot
get
of
our toothpicks
stuff
to
fall
hold
out.
Together. And let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross section. Not too shabby. Well, so far these rainbow bagels have been good luck. I'm pretty confident this will be all right, but let's give it a taste and find out. Oh, can't forget to take the toothpick out. Let's give it a taste. Well, it still ended up a little bit messy, but not as
This is actually pretty decent.
Without the lettuce.
I think it's strong. I'm thinking like an 8.6.
Being a little denser to not get soggy. That paçoca only adds just a tiny bit of sweetness, which honestly I don't mind, and the peanut flavor works well with everything else. Biggest drawback for this one is probably just how messy it is. Not a bad way to end the week. And I feel good about our first level 1 spell use of the season. This definitely would have been even more of a mess without that lettuce in there. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9.1. and I'm going to call it the
9-1?
Pasokatano. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again on Monday.
Damn, that was higher than I thought. God damn. Next.
Good afternoon, Club Clerics, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today's episode of Roll for Sandwich is sponsored by Quest Portal.
Another W sponsor.
Virtual tabletop available on web and mobile that makes it easy to create, prepare, and play on the go. Quest Portal is a great choice for GMs and players who don't have a powerful PC, as it doesn't take a lot of resources to run. It works with a variety of different tabletop RPGs, and is a great way for you and your group to run your next online game. Head to questportal.com to sign up for free and start checking it out for yourself.
Ones.
I recently got to travel
to
it's
another Iceland episode.
The Quest Portal team, and while I was there, I filmed a couple episodes featuring Icelandic ingredients. So here's the Roll for Sandwich Iceland Special, Part 3. Let's get it started with our roll for bread. 1. Flatbread. This traditional unleavened Icelandic
Didn't you get that the first time?
Soft and thin and made with rye flour. I've had it before and it's good. Not a bad start. Let's roll for our main. 11. Christmas ham. I know that sounds pretty exciting, but this is what they call Christmas ham in Iceland. It's pretty much
looks
the
like
same
ham.
type of deli ham that we would have on sandwiches here in the US. Next up, let's roll for cheese. 1. Spiced cheese. This is a cheese infused with garlic, black pepper, basil, oregano, cayenne pepper, and chili powder. And yeah, it's a bit spicy, but nothing too crazy.
Looks good.
Still looking good so far. Next up, let's roll for roughage. 7. Pepper, and 11. Red currant.
I was hoping for bean slot.
The third sandwich I've made in Iceland, and the third sandwich to have pepper on it. Not that I'm complaining, the pepper adds a nice crunch. And a slight
it's
amount of
got pepper and the peppers on the cheese.
With the things we've got on our sandwich
so far, so good.
Red currants are the berries of a deciduous shrub native to Western Europe. When raw, they have a very tart flavor and are often made into a jelly or jam.
Those look like someone just walked over to a berry and just picked them off the bush.
Alongside venison or
like
lamb.
off the street.
I honestly think this is a pretty good roll here. Traditionally, ham works with tart fruits like pineapple, so I'm not too worried about how these will play here. All right, let's get wild with our wild magic roll. 16. Potato salad. Well, not that exotic of a wild magic roll. This potato salad with chive and onion is pretty much what you'd expect.
Pretty big chunks, but
mayo and mustard.
Okay.
It's very similar to something you'd have at a barbecue in the U.S. on the 4th of July. And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 18. Kewpie mayo. All right, cool.
This is
mayo. I flew 3,000 miles so you could see me do the same thing I always do. All right, well, let's get it closed up.
I mean, after the last sandwich, it's looking pretty good.
Keep it together, and let's get it cut in half.
This, he hasn't even taken a bite yet. I think this is going to be a solid 9.
Let's take a look at that cross section. I mean, it looks fine to me. I know some of you are disappointed I didn't get fermented.
Maybe a 9.5.
Don't worry, I did try it, and I'll post a video of that later. Let's give this one a taste for now.
What do you try? Shit, I went to talk over it.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. The standout flavor is definitely that red currant. Bright and tangy, kind of mingles with the spicy cheese. But you've got the Kewpie
fermented
and the potato
shark
salad to kind of cool it off. Goes well with the salty, fatty ham. This is pretty good.
This might be a 10.
This is probably the best sandwich I've made here so far. Well, that does it for our episode.
Maybe
like
a 9.4.
Got to experience a lot of good
9.6.
food and meet a lot of awesome people. I'm going to go ahead and give this sandwich a 9.2, and I'm going to call it the North Atlantic Current. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again next time.
Not bad. Not bad.
Good afternoon, Wedge Warlocks, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my
You guys try Mazapan, which is a peanut candy from Mexico. I think you'll love it.
Lunch. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using these dice that remind me of those firecracker popsicles.
Very interesting area here in
Thanks.
Mass.
Let's get things started with our roll for bread. 5. Rye. Today I have this swirl rye, also known as marbled rye. It's soft and fresh and ready to go in the toaster. Since we're warlocks today, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to cast the Roll for Sandwich version of Eldritch Blast. And now with our bread nice and toasty, we're ready to assemble the rest of our party.
I'm not normally a rye bread fan, but that looks pretty good actually.
1. Surimi eels. Baby eels, also known as elvers, are a very expensive delicacy, which is why this exists. These are made of surimi, which is also what this imitation crab is made of, which is a fish paste. It's basically the hot dogs of the sea. Sin-free, huh?
The hot dogs of the sea and then saying sin-free
I'll be the judge
is
of that.
Crazy.
So these imitation baby eels exist to give you the same sort of experience.
Oh my God, repent.
Without the expense.
Oh, right. Repent.
They look like worms. I've had imitation crab many times. but not like this. This looks so cursed. It's like Klingon food. These are packed in sort of a garlic oil sauce, which I'm sure will just soak right through the bread. So this is gonna be a fun sandwich already.
You can see the liquid. Oh, Christ.
Next up, let's roll for cheese. 3 Munster. Honestly,
oh,
I
that
feel
poor
like the
Munster
best
cheese.
choice would be plain cream cheese.
Mods, Ben, the guy who said yummers.
But that's not an option. This will be okay. All right, let's roll for some roughage. 4 onion and 8 tomato. Well, the onion that I have is white onion.
Sorry.
And we use what we have. Normally, I only really eat raw white onion diced up on hot dogs. And you know, if I wasn't crying before, I am now. Got some Roma tomato that we're gonna slice up here. We're in the middle of winter, so no.
I'm not a tomato fan. The fact that the tomato is probably the best part that's been added so far tells you all you need to know.
I don't think even the best tomato here would do a whole lot. I really don't know what to make of this one. Let's give this sandwich a fighting chance and bust out our salt and pepper cantrip as well. Tomatoes are always better seasoned, so we'll hit them with a little pink Himalayan salt and some nice, fresh.
I'd add a little more.
Just like
I'd add way more.
Final boss.
Like
all right,
all of
wild
it.
With the wild magic roll. Nat 20.
Ooh.
This is quite a sandwich to roll a Nat 20 on. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with tahini. I think that the spice from the chili and the brightness and the acid from the lime will
keep
help
going.
here.
More.
Give us a little more flavor and maybe
just dump the bottle.
And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 18 beer mustard. Yeah, not my first choice for this particular combination.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's already cooked.
The flavor of beer is really going to add much to this.
It might, because you might want to drink about 10 after to try to cleanse your soul.
This place ain't here. Let's get this closed up. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in half.
All right, here's the strat. Just like, you know, when you were a kid and you don't want to eat vegetables, who am I kidding? I still don't want to. You flip the sandwich over the other way so that the shit eels are on the top of your mouth instead of on your tongue. That's the strat.
And let's take a look at our cross section. Oh boy. I can only imagine the textural experience that I am about to have.
No!
All right, here we go. Let's give this one a taste. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it tastes like imitation crab. That beer mustard is really clashing, though. The eels basically have the texture of overcooked spaghetti, but honestly, their looks are the worst part of them. Still, not much here that makes me want to.
That's good to know.
This is a one and done kind of sandwich. It definitely could have been worse. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 4.1, and I'm going to call it the Drunken Klingon. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you.
That is the most generous 4 I've ever seen.
Again on Monday.
District 19 months. Appreciate it. That was like a 2 at most for the rest of the sandwich.